So, James, can you tell us what you were doing up on Capitol Hill this morning?
So I was with a group of other credit unions. We were working on marijuana business banking, and specifically trying to take the deposits off the street to make the communities more safe. All the credit unions in our group do that, but it is not widely done, obviously. And so we were trying to expand it in the credit union community to say, hey, you should try this, if for anything, just to reduce the potential of violence in your own communities.
Yeah. What's involved in marijuana banking? What can you do and what can't you do in Washington?
Well, most of the states are the same. There's normally no lending, deposit only. You will take cash, checks, ACH in, credit their account and let them do just the most basic of accounts. You might be able to give them a debit card with a PIN so they can purchase things. What it does, though, is it takes things, you can also do payroll. So you can clear the payroll accounts. You can also give their employees an account. Employees are often refused at the national banks, and so they must get their paychecks in cash, which makes them obvious targets for criminals that know that they're working there.
What do you think is the potential for the marijuana banking business?
At present, it really needs to have some stronger guidance from the federal government and really legislation. So it's not at the whim of an administration, so that we can properly serve that. One of the issues we have is that even though we can collect the deposits, we really have to keep ourselves liquid enough to pay those back at a moment's notice. That's normally what you would not have to do with a normal business. So, the more normalized they can get, the better they'll be. We track everything very well. We're required to spend, a good example is for us to open a business account, it takes us maybe 1 or 2 hours. To us open a cannabis account, it takes us 10 straight days. And then we have to do monthly and quarterly reviews, and then we have the SARs and the CTRs that we also have to file.
Is it worth it? All that work?
They get feed right now. I wish they were feed less. But, we're making some money on it to help the co-op. It would be better if we didn't have to keep their funds liquid. Then we could invest them out in loans, to auto loans or just regular loans that we have. But so it's beneficial. But we look at it more of the benefit that we are taking about $40 million a month out of that. So it's not cash out of the street in a small, local area. And I've had, even at my own house, a couple of years ago, there was a forced robbery of a grove that nobody knew about, and a couple people got killed. So, knock on wood, we've never had any of our current members, and we have over 100, get robbed since we've been offering this, which we started about 2 years ago.
And could you tell me about the group of credit unions that you work with to kind of to advance marijuana banking, your collaborative effort with them?
They're very progressive. Each state has some. In Oregon, MAPS. In Washington, Numerica and Salau. In Colorado, it's Peoples. Humboldt County, of course, California, that's pretty much, they've been doing it probably the longest of anybody. And what we do is we learn on each other. So we learn what Numerica does, helped us do our program helped do MAPS program. And so we've been collaborating ever since to try to make it safer and more efficient for everyone.
And so if you're down the road, if you're able to lend to these businesses, what might the potential be loan-wise?
I turned down $4.5 million of very, very good loans last year. These were less than 50% loan to value, and the alternate financing from there is angel investing, and that is usually an equity base, or ranging maybe in the 7 to 14% range. We could certainly save the money, But just from a risk standpoint, we can't seize their property. Bankruptcy courts are kind of messy because it's federal law, so we steer clear of that. We have to have a very good exit plan available all the time that we can get out of the business within 30 days, which is just not a normal business environment.
So what would you like to see happen now in like the next several months?
So there's been some legislation that has been put forth by Denny Heck and Perlmutter, Congressman Perlmutter, who, which really more codifies what banks can do and says that a bank or credit union can provide services to legal, regulated, the key is regulated marijuana businesses in states that have passed such laws. And what I'm hoping for is that that passes. My understanding from the congressman this morning when they spoke is that they have enough votes on the House to pass this. They can do it tomorrow. They can't get it to the floor. So what we would love to have is other credit unions to pressure there, especially the Republicans, to try to get that at least to the floor. Our credit unions don't have a dog in the hunt of legalization. That's not our business. We just want to take the cash off the street so it's not sitting out there as a risk.
Are you going to bring this up during the Hill visits, like tomorrow and Thursday?
We brought it up today with, we had a meeting that was scheduled to have 25 people in it. We had over 100 in standing room only, and it was congressional staff for the majority of it. So I know we will bring it up to some of ours, but most of our Colorado, California, Oregon, we've been talking to, they know what we want. So we're really trying to reach out to the other CUNA members to say, hey, you may have medical marijuana. Florida has medical marijuana. I think Ohio has medical marijuana. All these different areas are having it. New York has it. Start to work on your folks just to make it a more safe environment.